Very good Saturday morning to everyone. I welcome you all to another exciting Joy Performing webinar. We are committed to bring you the best of the topics, exciting topics of the industry, and also the exciting personas in front of you. And today's webinar is no exception. Let me start the webinar with two beautiful quotes, which will set the context of our today's topic. You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. These beautiful lines were said by Barack Obama. Another quote is, I have failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeeded, by none other than Michael Jordan. And today's topic is very synonymous, uh, embracing growth through failures. And let me welcome today's eminent panelists, two very young, vibrant entrepreneurs, Mayank, Chaudhary, and Vvihan. Mayank stands as the CEO of the Outcast, redefining the D2C fashion apparel industry. His journey has marked a keen understanding of the unique preferences of Gen Z and a refreshing approach for millennials. Exemplifies how fashion meets future forward thinking. Very impressive, Mayank. Very impressive. Vvihan, with a decade of experience in the industry, Vvihan Gulati is a distinguished entrepreneur, mentor, and tech expert renowned for his expertise in strategic communication and investor relations. Under Vvihan's leadership, his company MediagraphixPR has played an integral role in promoting several homegrown brands as well as international names, including the likes of Skull Candy, Elite Squad, D2I India, and SIG India. Wish you advertise. Good luck, communication, and investor relations. Under Vvihan's leadership, his company Media Graphics PR has played an integral role in promoting. Wish you all the luck, Mayank and Vvihan. Thank you for finding out time on the Saturday morning. Welcome. So,
Thank you so much.
Okay. Hmm.
thank you. So
Yeah, please, Vihan.
let us start with a webinar, and we'll keep the webinar as a very discussion oriented. It's a discussion with two young entrepreneurs. We will explore the personal failures, professional failures, how you bounced back, and all. Right? Let's start with it. So one of the first thing that comes to my mind is, how do you perceive failures in entrepreneurial journey, and how have they contributed to your personal and professional growth? Okay, so let me first come to Vvihan. Vvihan.
Ah, thank you. First hitting the question, banger question on me, right? Okay. So personally, professionally. So I'll start with personally. Obviously, it comes directly to my heart. First thing
Uh,
first. Uh, I try to burst out that emotions first thing into the gym. Try to take out all my somehow. So failures are could be minor and majors. I and take small or
right.
big failures, and
Mhm.
failures are happening almost. You know, right now also I would say it's going on. Failures are keep it's a practice. I think it's a
Part of
practice.
life.
Yeah, part of life. And how I perceive it, I actually discuss with my team also. I have a very open-ended communication with
Mhm.
my team. I'm very transparent when I discuss all these problems. And I want to make them a entrepreneur level. The way I am thinking, they should also think. And that's where we then solve because there is the problem. If I come to you also with the one of my failure or I help me out with that solution, if I don't discuss, how will you help me out? Tell me.
Yeah.
So so the best part I would say is have a open discussion and discuss with your professional friends or who you are connected very well when you take failures and read. I think if you can correlate situations and read about failures, whether it's personal, how you take it personally or professionally, it can help you. So you have to make your own hacks on how you take failures. I have dwelled upon failures, means just, gone into a lot of worrisome getting, and just taking, like, a lot of people tell me I take a lot of stress, whether it's even small thing, I'll take a lot of stress. But ultimately, when XYZ I discuss with my manager, and then this is like, "Ki, why can't you just tweak your energy towards some other thing?" So
Very
I
right.
have gone through a lot of uh, trainings, or when I discuss, I then try to skip or change my pattern of thoughts, and take it and improve it. And failures is, I think it depends how individual take it. I somehow first take it in a very take it personally, then I take it like, now let me focus on that problem and give a solution to it.
Very nice, very nice. And I think so. We heard a very good ways first be open-minded for the failures, and that's a very beautiful thing from a very young entrepreneur. Because I think so. With experience only, these things you learn. But Vihan, open-minded, taking all those failure very open-mindedly, and then
It
seeing
makes you
how
more
we can
strong
respond
mentally
that.
also. It makes
Yes,
you
yes,
more
yes.
strong.
Very
Like,
true.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि even if you, for a sportsman also,
Hmm.
everyone, सबका 100 century तो every day नहीं होती ना. Yeah,
Yeah.
if everyone cannot, there are people who gets out also at zero.
Right.
Every day, so if how they take it, discuss 5 minutes का dwell करा, आगे move on. I think the part is how you quickly move on, how
Very
fast
good.
you move on.
Yes. And definitely one of the other thing that uh, is the entrepreneurship mindset help others to build that. You
Yeah,
have that entrepreneur mindset, but what about others? Until unless they will think about that, they will not be resilient. They will not. They will fear from failures, and I think so. We should not fear from the failures. Very nice words. Very nice. Mike, let me come back,
Absolutely.
come to you, right? Now, how do you see that, how your failures have shaped you personally? Let us first hear about.
Okay, so in this journey of 1.5 years and even back, so apart so professional and personal, so f failures actually gives a lot of clarity which we're not able to see when we are actually doing that thing. So
Right,
that is the first thing I perceive failures. So failures are not bad. So failures evolves you. Failures gives you a different direction to think upon, and actually it makes you very agile. So when you're doing something and you're very concentrated and dedicated to that, we lose a bit of agility, and we become we become stiff in our own mindset that this is going to work, or this is going to kill it. So that agility is built over time, with small or so with failures. And in my journey, so there haven't been very big failures or so, but there have been minor failures which has built that particular mindset, and to tackle every challenge and to learn from every challenge. So learning is one thing that I perceive from failures, that learning and agility is one of the most learning things you get to have from failure. So that is the basic how I see failures. And also, I would say that it makes you a bit low on energy, and those emotions come in when you're so much into something. So as I take my example, we are so much into our brand. We are trying to build something really fresh. Now, when we launch something or we do something, some minor hiccups are coming in, some minor failures in the way we thought would work out are coming in. So it makes us learn a lot of things about the people we are trying to pitch in,
right.
about the community. So that is the overall ecosystem and the learning we get from all of those things. So basically, that is one of the basic directions how I perceive failures. Yeah.
Very
with low
nice.
energy, yeah, that's a very good, like. आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड अपॉन कि एनर्जी
Yep.
बहुत थिंकिंग पे चली जाती है 2 बार दिन में। और कितनी बार दिल करता है कि सोचो यार कहाँ ट्रैप पे आ गए, क्या कर रहे हैं।
Yeah.
कब कब मतलब कितनी ऐसे थॉट्स आए हैं कि कितनी बार दिल कर रहा है कि बंद कर देता है, क्या कर देता। कल ही व्हेन आई वाज हैविंग अ डिस्कशन कॉल विद यू वाज वेरी डीमोटिवेटेड। ठीक है, दिस इज आल्सो यू हैव टू एंजॉय दिस पीरियड आल्सो, आई वुड से when
Right.
you are kind of demotivated, so you discuss and somehow the other person, because uh, you take energy from other people and he tries to, like, I we had a discussion, Ravi, yesterday only,
Right. 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 Right.
that like if I would have not communicated to you, how would you would have helped me also.
Very nice. Very nice.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And
Uh,
communication is actually, contributing to building out that connection. So something, so there is a perspective which I have, there is a perspective which you have, and actually the connect between us might help us, reach a certain direction which we want to achieve, but there is slight gap in the way we are, proceeding with things. This communication absolutely holds the key. And one of the hacks I would like to mention, as Vihan also mentioned that. So gym is absolutely quite some hack. So this one thing happens when something bad is happening. मतलब बहुत ही बेकार दिन जा रहा है, आज तो productive ही नहीं है, कुछ सही से भी नहीं हुआ, for no reason. So I go to gym in the morning and पता नहीं कैसे, the energy comes in, all that, energy and all that good vibes are coming in. It heals environment around you. Somehow it does it. So gym is yes one of the hacks. Yeah.
yes. Um, uh, I'm enjoying, right? I think so. Today, our audience would also be enjoying. Now, such a beautiful thing that learning and agility communicate the fear of failures with others. Because a lot of time, what happens is, as the founders, as the entrepreneurs, we are the ones who are taking it, right, on the behalf of others. But we are also humans, right? Why to even keep it to yourself until unless we will be very open, like Vihan said, and like you also said that why not to communicate? If we will communicate it to others, definitely yes. And yeah, you you both touched upon the exercise, the gym. I think so. It is very important for everyone. Everyone. I go and
It's
play
actually the
football.
shift of energy that you actually
Yeah.
do. It's a shift of, like, see, you told me
Yes.
that you play football in the
Yeah.
morning.
It right.
It's a shift of
Yes.
energy. Maybe that particular hour your vibration is not good. When you play, you come
Yeah.
back with a
Absolutely.
fresh new vibration.
Yeah, and I think so, guys. It also helps us to have that focus because when we do gym, when we do exercise, when we do walk, when we do yoga, we are actually totally immersed into that. हम
Correct.
चाह के भी we are not able to think something else. We are there, and it takes all our worries, all our pains away, and very nicely put. Very nicely put. Okay. Uh, I think so. COVID collectively showed us posed us a very big challenge, and we all were resilient, and we were also very agile as an entrepreneur, and saw that very quickly if this is not working, what we can do. Before COVID, I think so. It was in IT because I'm into IT, so I have seen that IT meltdown several times. But as a collective, uh, 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 people, we all faced one single challenge and gave us the opportunity to be resilient, gave us the opportunity to be agile. What we can do to survive and outshine. So let us. I'm not talking about COVID, but let's talk about thinking about if we have a challenge, right? And what are the different strategies you employ to adapt? You employ, you try to become agile. To you try to be resilient. How do you come back after you fall? Vihan?
How do we come back?
How do you what kind of a strategies do you definitely yes, one of the things that you said that yeah, the exercise helps, communication helps, okay, these are the part of the strategies. What else do you do?
Okay, I'll correlate this with an example when you mentioned about COVID. So when
Please.
COVID hit, uh, getting into part of virtual
Right.
from home. Then after that, from convincing team to start from work from home to work from office.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
I felt work from home increased my productivity a lot as an individual. Like
Mhm.
I was in complete silent, and
Mhm.
I had good focused hours, and I also saw a good growth in
Right.
my organization.
Mm.
Like overall from client side to the team
Mm.
size and this thing. But yes, it affected little bit mental. It did, matlab,
Right.
because you were in a box working
Mm. Mm.
alone. But now when I see when people have started coming, convincing them to come back to office routine after literally 3.5 years, we just
Mm.
started our office. We're neighbors.
Right.
And I'm implementing new things which I wanted to start with, especially
Mhm.
OKR part
Mhm.
and others. Networking was drastically reduced. Uh, and when we sit together from work from office, we discuss a lot of part. The physical person is there to help
Mhm.
us out. We can
Right.
take a lot of impromptu decisions.
Mhm.
When you are talking about how do you overcome challenges,
Mhm.
uh, how would you say it's a particular strategy?
Mhm.
How do you want me to define a particular strategy?
Mhm.
We would discuss that part, execution plan more rather than
Right.
just a planning. I would rather focus on execution.
Execution. Right.
Just execution. I think there's nothing uh, bigger than execution. Now I'm
Right.
more towards execution rather than just thinking.
Right.
Uh,
So
through
basically, solving the problems where we are stuck, not
Yeah.
even discussing what
So
has happened,
what we
look
do
into the
is,
future.
yeah, we put in a whiteboard.
Mhm.
If there's a problem, if there's a situation like XYZ thing, everyone will put their solutions.
Oh, very nice.
Everyone will put their solutions.
Right.
And from there, we will take out the best part
Mhm.
and then execution.
Oh, very nice.
And
Very
that
nice.
to be execution solution, not just random solutions.
Right.
That
Yeah.
is realistically possible.
Yes.
That your strength can do it.
Mhm.
Otherwise,
Right.
don't. And then we make it into a team and then we put it.
Very nice. Very nice. Collective efforts
Collective,
and
yeah.
collective hearing also, because
Yeah.
you hear everyone's perspective towards that problem and focus on the solution, and
पहले
then
मैं बहुत
combine
आय
as an
करता
effort.
था. मैं
Now
लाइक
we
कोविड बहुत आय चलता था. अब
right.
मैं आय नहीं करता.
Uh,
अब टीम की तरह चलता हूँ मैं, और टीम की तरह ही चलना चाहिए. बिकॉज आपके सॉल्यूशंस जब आपके ही नहीं चलेंगे तो आप अपने आप को ही ड्वेल करोगे.
right. Very nice.
आप अपने
Exactly.
आप को ही ब्लेम करोगे.
Yes.
ऐसे नहीं हुआ, ऐसा नहीं हुआ, ऐसा नहीं हुआ, एंड देन यू विल अफेक्ट योर मेंटल हेल्थ.
Right.
जब
Very nice.
टीम के साथ, अब क्रिकेट टीम भी देख लो, फुटबॉल भी देख लो, 11 लोग हैं ना,
Right.
तो
Yes.
कलेक्टिव ही खेलते हैं ना, अकेले तो
Mm.
जाके खेल नहीं रहे.
Right. Very
Absolutely.
nice. Very nice.
Just
Mike.
one thing I would like to add up to what Vihan said. So, to believing in yourself. So, when you believe so much in yourself,
Mhm.
and the team you has is also sharing the same energy and the same vision to find the solution, and you bring them together.
Mm.
So there is one thing when you share the energy, there is one thing when you believe in yourself. So when you bring all those efforts together and you take a whiteboard and see कि यार चलो
Mhm.
अब चलते हैं सॉल्यूशन की तरफ, और वो लिखना जो कि किया जा सके एग्जीक्यूट.
Right.
वेरी लेमन टर्म्स में बात हो रही होती है उस कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम में. सो I think that vibration and that belief in yourself is what pushes us back to to get from a state
Mm.
of failure or a down state when we have in our journey.
Mm.
And team is the one who would actually team, it would be a pillars actually. So
Mm.
we won't be able to stand alone if the team is not together, if the pillars are not together. So that is how I see, believe, and the believe in team and me, and the overall energy we put up to do
Mhm.
something and to get
Mm.
from back from a down state.
Mm. Right.
मैं अभी एक प्रॉब्लम दे सकता हूँ, एंड वी कैन ऑल कलेक्टिवली डिस्कस ऑल्सो.
Right, right. Very nice. Definitely we'll try someday. Vihan. Very nice. And I think so, Vihan, where you said that uh, you help build that entrepreneur mindset. Uh, you help your employees build that entrepreneur mindset. I think so. That is very important, and I'll connect to your solution of that collective approach towards a problem where everyone can contribute, where we can openly discuss, okay, this is a problem, how to solve it, and I think so. It's a beautiful thing. So it's a beautiful thing, and that's also a way to engage others. Also, people see that yes, they are also heard
They are being
and
valued basically.
valued. Basically, yes,
हाँ, एक टीम में बना के दे बिकम मोर कंट्रीब्यूटर.
contributor. Yeah,
mm,
वो
and
आपको
I
लाना पड़ता है.
yes, and I think so. That's also a way to be agile. Also, we are not sitting on the problem for long. We are not shying away for the quick solutions, because a lot of times uh, I've seen that people take a lot of time even when they have a solution,
हम्म,
even to execute that solution. They take a lot of time. But I think so.
mm.
Be as an entrepreneur and as a young entrepreneur, it is very important to quickly look at the problem, find the solution, not just yourself, by the team, and
हम्म.
be agile, not just to think about it, agile to implement also.
एक
Very
तो
important.
स्ट्रेंथ्स पे गेम खेलनी होती है.
Yes.
मतलब हर एक के व्हाट आई फेल्ट इज ओवरऑल इन माय टीम,
Mm-hmm.
don't focus on their weakness skills or what
Mm-hmm.
is it. You mentioned that in this thing that you can
Mm-hmm.
focus, if you want to grow in your career, this is the
Mm-hmm.
particular weakness. But overall, when you're working as a team,
Mm-hmm.
I know that when you just mentioned that ki everyone contributes
Mm-hmm.
and the team becomes more agile, I
Right.
will just then focus on their strengths, multiply their
Mm.
strengths.
Multiply their strengths. Yes.
Yes. And
Multiply.
that's one part that one individual should only focus. And when they
Right.
contribute more, unka they get more confidence
Mm-hmm.
to see that ki, okay, this is my skills also. Wow,
Mm.
this is how I'm being getting appreciated, because you don't know what is there, because up college mein you learn something, in
Mm.
school you learn something, but execution is here in the office part.
Right. Right.
Also,
Yes, ma'am.
one small thing.
Mm.
So sorry to interrupt you.
Please, please,
Okay.
please.
So one small thing I would like to add here. So when we are doing that activity, so it also leads you to explore your strengths. So when
Mm.
initiative is given up, so sometimes we also don't know that what different and what diverse strengths we have.
Mm.
So that exploration part in inner self, to when we take initiative, we explore, okay, this is also what I'm good at, so this is also
Mm.
what I proposed in the solution. So that
Mm.
exploration actually amplifies your strength, actually
Mm.
builds more to it, and
Mm.
also leads you to identify your weaknesses,
Mm.
that where do I actually lag, and that is what we cannot see. That is what is hidden in our own minds,
Mm.
because in our own minds we are all very strengthful. We know everything. So in
Mm.
the younger generation, mostly in Gen Zs, I would say, so that is the perspective. So
Mm.
their own, they're just having all the strength in the world. They're having no weaknesses. So I guess if this is the mindset we continue with,
Mm.
even it would lead more younger generation to actually explore and actually be very agile
Mm.
to themselves also, no, not just
Mm.
about work. So when someone is agile to themselves, that also reflects in the work itself.
Yes.
So that is, I think, one of the prominent and uh, contributing parts to it.
Mm. Very interesting. Mike, with that team personal looking into the personal strength, exploring into the personal strength, and capitalizing on that, let us now touch base. Though we are talking about teams, but let us deep dive into it, right? Okay, because uh, it is the team that matters. Okay, uh,
Mhm.
so in the wake of challenges, in the wake of failures, okay, how, okay, let's talk about some examples, okay, because maybe your team faced a failure in the recent past. How you help them overcome the fear that they will not fail again, come back, try it again. Would you like to share any one of the experience with the
Like,
team?
I'll give you one example right now uh, of my current team member. Uh, she's not been like he or she is not performing from past 2 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But her past records is good.
Mm-hmm.
But it is up to me whether how I can help her to perform well.
Mm-hmm.
And having a replacement and XYZ is a very easy option.
Mm-hmm.
You know, chalo, fine if she's not working, I karo. But uh, I think you have to give examples to your one of your team members. See
Mm-hmm.
and talk very have a very casual chat, like a coffee chat.
Mm-hmm.
Having a coffee together or take that. Yeah, see, you are a part of this organization for a very long time. What is it not you are not able to perform?
Mm-hmm.
If you're even hard working or pushing your limits, or why is it the result is not going? Think about it. Have a
Mm-hmm.
discussion with me.
Mm-hmm.
तब निकलता है if because they don't discuss.
Mm-hmm.
मैंने नोटिस किया है अगर वो परफॉर्म नहीं दे no one is not contributing ना they don't discuss they keep it inside. So this is as a leader or a team leader or a individual or a founder or XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
I think we only have to have a one-to-one chat with your key people every week and
Mm-hmm.
see where they are going.
Right. Coffee chats, huh?
कॉफी चैट्स यस
Coffee
बहुत हेल्प
chat.
करती है और पता भी चलता है कि क्या कर रहे हैं बिकॉज वो आपके पिलर्स है.
Right.
आप अपने पिलर्स को या आपके ट्री हो गया प्लांट्स है उसको पानी नहीं दोगे तो वो भी तो डेड हो ही जाएगा.
Very
और
true.
वो डेड हो रहा है तो आप आपको देखना है कि कैसे इसको रिवाइव करना है.
Wow.
अगर आप चलो कोई रिप्लेसमेंट भी ढूंढते हो आपको
Mm-hmm.
क्या लगता है 6 months इट टेक्स.
Wow. Yeah. Vihan, Mayank, suddenly I've started feeling that I'm talking to very mature guys, not very young guys, right? Very experienced guys. Because you're putting things in a very right perspective, putting sharing very beautiful things which really matters, right from exercising, right from uh, reading, right from team, right from identifying them as the pillars. Wow, right. Mike, let us hear an example from you. Mike, you are on mute. Mike, still you're on mute.
Yes, we can't hear him. Can you
Yeah,
hear me, Ravi?
yeah, I'm able to hear you. It's I think so, Mike's.
Tech is supposed to have some issues.
Yes, tech.
That's the term is there, tech issues.
Take issue. Yeah, sure, sure. Take your time. Let us continue with you, Vian, till the time he gets back. Right. Uh, one
How do
of
you
the
take, वैसे, let me ask a question to
sorry.
you, to the
Yeah,
host.
please. Yeah, please.
How do you take with your team failures? How do you discuss failures? You tell or you share some secrets that I may apply.
Okay, guys, sorry to interrupt
Yeah,
you,
Mike.
but am I
Yeah,
audible again?
yeah,
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 you have a echo.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, echo. Yes, I don't know what is happening. This slight tech issues is, switching it back to Microsoft Teams speaker and microphone. Somehow it is, I don't know. It is. Okay, am I fine, audible now?
But you're audible. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I think I just dropped between the conversation and
Yeah.
so do we dive into
Vihan, I'll answer your question after I hear Mike, right? So, Mike, we dropped on to a question where you were giving an example of the team failure and how you helped your team to get back. One
yeah,
example.
actually, I think I have a few examples, even more,
Okay.
and they have been coming in this journey also. My journey has not been very long.
Mm-hmm.
but it has been a journey of sinusoidal wave. So
Mm-hmm.
that is up and downs and a lot of things like that. So failures. So when I see one of my teammates, so I think the first approach is what matters the most. That how you approach that situation when you know that your team is filling in something. Let me give you an example. So what I do personally is I separate them out of fear and out of assumption that what what will that person think about me when he knows that I'm not able to perform or I don't know this particular skill when the guy had come in its probation period. So I separate them out of that fear and that assumption of thinking that what will the person against sitting against me will think about me.
Mm.
And I guess that separation is what eases them to
Right.
tell me very honestly that what they are actually facing.
Mm.
And absolutely, that has been the key to solve most problems in very less amount of time because they were honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
There is something which you can see, and there is something which you want them to come up and speak very clearly, so that you identify that problem.
Mm-hmm.
When that things happen, the problems comes out very clearly. I am able to address that and help them out very clearly. And always say this line: क्या क्या हो जाएगा? We're
Right.
all humans. हम सबसे गलतियां होती हैं. मुझसे बहुत होती हैं दिन में. तो तुमने भी
Right.
कर ली तो ऐसा. But the point is that you improve on that. You see that thing, you improve on that, you work on that. So that is the approach. That is the ease approach I take with them, and I guess
Mm.
that has helped a lot with my team personally. So this one example. So I had this fulfillment guy. So it was the D2C order fulfillment. Right. So he was starting May when he came out. So a lot of things in the resume he was working. A lot of faults were coming. So at from the point of Excel, now that particular guy. So I knew that he was not very proficient in operating. There is a software in D2C. So you got to ONS. So but the point was this approach has led that guy to tell me everything and to address the problems clearly. So now he's so trained that he fulfills orders via 4 channels fluently, dispatches almost I guess 250 to 300 orders per day. And that is the capability he has built and we have worked upon. And that is what is improving. And this is a timeline of 6 months only. In 4 to 6 months, 5.5 to 6 months approximately, we had we had evolved from that phase with the same day. So I guess that is the approach which leads to very, very fine, very fruitful outcomes.
Mm. Very nice. Very nice.
Coming
I
back
think
to you,
so.
Ravi ji.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
we want to ask.
Yes, 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 yes. Before that, let me comment on Mayank's because what that openness, that comfort, because I do agree that a lot of time people uh, are in fear that even to accept it. And once you comfort them, I think so, then they fearlessly tell you about it and also accept it. Very true. So Vihan asked me that how do I work it out with the team in the wake of failures. So Vihan, basically I try to work on four things with my team, right? Before even failures to happen, you'll have to make them, right? आने तो चाहिए. And to do that, I request them to play fearlessly. बिना डर के. There is no fear. Go on. Do it. If you fail, don't worry. I'm there. I'll listen to you. The second is open up and accept your failure. Yes, it failed. As a leader also, when there's a failure at my end, I accept it. Yes, because until unless you will accept it, you will open up. Doesn't uh, it doesn't move ahead. Then you have to work out a strategy to bounce back at any cost. At any cost, you do not have to give up. You have to bounce back. And once you bounce back, then reflect why it happened so that it does not happen again. These are the four things which I normally do. And it has helped me till now, right? But life is all about learning. I'm also learning with the leaders, with others. But yeah, these four things help me a lot. Yeah, and I hope it is.
Yes.
I answered your question, right? Okay. Now, let us see that. Now we are talking about us. We are talking about our approach to the team. Let us also touch upon. Do you find that team comes to you or
No,
individuals come to you? They don't.
you have
Okay.
to, but I've seen, like, I'm a person, if I'm a part of a team, I will go and discuss, but whereas I've
Mhm.
seen my team members, they don't.
Okay.
So I
So,
only am the one
mhm,
who goes and talk to them.
right. Mike,
So
what about you?
Okay. So I have seen absolutely opposite.
Okay. Very interesting.
And how how this had happened and how this culture and communication has happened with my organization is that approach of separating them and easing them out.
Hmm.
And that is how they're able to come to me because they know that when I go to him, so any problem we have, we'll just focus on solving it. I'll find my solution to it. So they see that light, so that that approach leads to directions. So when
Hmm.
there is an approach of stiffness, okay,
Hmm.
so the person is not able to ease out in front of you. So
Right.
then that person in his own mind will start running here and there. Okay,
Hmm.
he will not come to you. He will keep the things to you, and that will lead out nowhere. Either
Right.
that person will leave out your team, or you'll try to find yourself some other person to fix. So actually, this approach has led to that thing that team comes up to me
Hmm.
and says, "Okay, Mike, we need your help."
Right.
Or sometimes I go to them and I say, "Okay, guys, we need to brainstorm something. We need to, take that marker and draw things on whiteboard and get some solution."
Right.
So that is, the back and forth culture we have developed. Okay,
Hmm.
and we can approach each other very easily, and that is how we are able to solve things in time, truthfully. So we are not stuck in our own minds, in our own heads, and not discussing anything. So that is, I guess, has lead to that outcome, that
Hmm.
approach, and that is how it is opposite. Even the new members, they also see the same thing, going with my existing team. So when a
Hmm.
new person is joining, they're seeing that culture. So they first of all were very surprised by that. Even a few members have said to me that we worked a lot of places, but this is the place we think we are not bound in growth. So growth just doesn't comes in money and wealth and your stature. So it also comes in the ability to think and implement and propose
Hmm.
solutions, and how do we
Right.
execute things.
Hmm.
That is what opens up the mind the most, and
Hmm.
that approach has led to that particular outcome.
Hmm. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. I think so. Outcast is. I'm really look forward that Outcast and Media Graphics PR grow tremendously, and definitely yes, they should be listed in the best place to work also under your leadership, guys. One of the thing that is coming to my mind is belief. Believe, right? Believe in yourself. I think so. This is also one of the very, very important and key factor in overcoming failures. Now, let me ask you a question, okay, and which you can answer very briefly, maybe, because I'll request you to keep it crisp because the answer requires to be very crisp, right? You both are trying to scale up your companies, right? You are young entrepreneurs. How much belief you have in yourself, Mayank, you will create Outcast as a brand that people look up to.
Okay, so the belief. So I'll take it back from where it started in the story. So that
Mhm.
will help us relate more to how much I believe in myself
Right.
and my brand and what we are trying to achieve. what we will hopefully achieve in future. So when we started our, so back in 2020, so COVID had come in, and this one thing had happened that you got a lot of time to think about, got a lot of time to think and explore, and so like what do I want to do in my life?
Mhm.
How do I want to contribute to society, and how do I want to be you know uh, someone who has actually contributed to the ecosystem and society, and that is what excited me the most. So I had so in my family, it's a so my my family business is construction, and so it's a usual and traditional business. So I had also been in that journey and see so that is also what excited me the most. So every time I had this excitement to go up on the sites with my father and see what challenges are coming. Every day they had a particular challenge, and that was absolutely very diverse and different. अलग type की challenge आते हैं sites पे.
Right.
So I had seen my father with that belief in himself, and how he taught me that, and how he was facing challenges. So that is one of the things which had given me a lot of energy, a lot of hope in myself, and a lot of support from my family to those are the major contributors to what had built me and my belief and what I can actually achieve. So we wanted to do something fresh. So I was an engineering graduate. So we wanted. So I was very excited about fashion and the consumer industry, and quite some gap was coming in because by the end of the decade, there was a shift in Gen Z. There was a shift in fashion preferences. So a lot of landscape was changing. So that had built my particular interest in the fashion industry itself, and how technology and data can actually see what we really want. So एक क्वेश्चन आता था मेरे दिमाग में कि यार ये इंडिया में क्यों नहीं मिलता,
Hmm.
या वही क्यों नहीं मिलता जो हम चाहते हैं.
Hmm.
बहुत ये ऐसा क्वेश्चन है कि हर किसी का अलग है, हर किसी की अलग प्रेफरेंसेस है.
Hmm.
But I saw when I was studying engineering, yeah, data can actually, data and so some AI algorithms and data can actually sort and simplify that data to get that answer. मैंने कहा यार टेक्नोलॉजी से तो हेल्प हो सकती है. So why? So with the changing preferences and this vacuum, why don't we build out something that is a people's brand, that is resonating to Gen Z, as well as it is bringing out the culture to millennials also. So that
Hmm.
is the connect we wanted to have, and that freshness and that new concept has given me a lot of energy. And my father had told me one thing. This one simple line had come up from him. Okay, when I was introducing this concept, कि यार you do this, तुम कर लोगे, मुझे भरोसा है तुम्हारे ऊपर. और उस दिन के बाद से आज तक what we believe in, what our brand and what our company believes in, that energy has fueled me up.
Hmm.
So that is how deeply I believe in myself, and that has also led me to fight with a lot of points where I was about near failure, so absolute failure.
Hmm.
So those were the turning points and outcasts. We started with a very small revenue. What we used to make in month, we make it in day. So that journey to that journey, a lot of points had come up, which has led me to just एक होता है ना point when we see कि यार चलो अब छोड़ देते हैं. But in the
Right.
morning when I got up, when I thought about these things, that had fueled my belief, and I guess that is how I believe in myself, and that is how this belief is intact.
Yes. Very nice, Mayank. From family construction business to your engineering background to a very different industry of fashion, and the way you have thought it definitely is without a belief and without a family support. I think so. Really, it's very hard. And kudos to you and kudos to your family. Uh, Vihan, I have
And then
seen.
we
I
have
have.
two questions. Sorry, by the way, we have two questions.
Huh, no,
Okay.
no worries. We'll
As in,
cover that.
from the Q&A.
Oh, we have two questions. Oh,
Yes, I think I thought आपको मैं बता देता हूँ because
right, right. Yeah. Okay, we'll come to that. So first, let us hear from you. Okay, what is your belief? Where do you want to take your brand? How much passionate are you for that brand? What is fueling you up?
Well, only right now, small goals fuel me up.
Mhm,
So I go step by step.
mhm.
That will fuel me up. So make your own celebration, small celebration,
Oh, very nice.
words, and then jump into long. मतलब you make a long term plan.
Mhm,
उसकी you divide into small goal.
mhm, mhm,
And my end object, like it's not like the end objective, it's like getting more and more international brands in India
mhm,
and their PR, like their PR publicity here in India.
mhm.
That actually makes me a lot of motivated and makes me, for me, it's a good business or self motivated,
Right. Very nice. Very
in
nice.
that part where I would say,
Small
and it
achievements.
happens. Uh,
Hmm.
Timing also matters.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Right.
So manifesting things.
Yes, manifesting things. Yeah, it's really very excited to see you both very committed and have a different strategy. Because as we all know that there is no one strategy towards overcoming failure, towards growth. So you're working with your own strategies and they're working for you. Kudos to you guys. Right. Let us come to the questions now. Very quickly. How do you turn negative feedback or criticism into something? Yeah, I think so. Now, Vihan and Mayank, you both have received certain kind of a negative feedback, maybe from your team, maybe from your customers, right? Maybe from your family sometimes. Yeah, things are not happening. What are you doing? So, how do you deal with that, Mayank? Let us first hear from you now. Mayank, you're on mute.
I think the Zoom has shifted the audio.
Mayank, still you're on mute. Vihan,
Yeah,
let us
I'll
hear from
answer.
you. Yeah, first.
How do I turn negative feedback or is there something that makes you are better? So what you have to take is someone gives you a feedback or a criticism.
Hmm.
I take what is exactly for me, where I can
Hmm.
work upon. I
Hmm.
pen it down and then I work on the solution.
Hmm.
Rest of the part I ignore,
Hmm.
which is important to me, I take.
Hmm.
Criticism and feedbacks are good. How
Hmm.
it's basically how the perception they have or how they
Hmm.
perceive your work or yeah, you take the good things which is acceptable to you, move on, work
Hmm.
on that. How do
Hmm.
you handle those days where everything seems doesn't is wrong? It's a part of life. That's what I
Hmm.
mentioned. Every day
Right.
cannot be this thing, but keep walking with a positive attitude, not just keep walking. Uh,
Attitude.
Step up every day, like go
Hmm.
every day, show up every day.
Hmm.
That is, even if no business is happening on this one day or one week also, there have been days where, you just keep waiting. You make
Hmm.
proposals and you are not getting result, but you are trying your luck. You can
Yes.
only do your effort at
Right.
maximum level.
Hmm.
Let the universe and the karma decide.
Very nice. Mike, how do you take fear, negative feedback or criticism? Because you are into consumer brand, right? Let us understand when a customer reaches out to you, you see an email or WhatsApp, okay, or even a phone call, and where a customer now is criticizing your product, your services. How do you take that?
Okay, so I take it very constructively. Actually, I so it is it is on a positive energy when that is coming in, because see, nothing can be perfect. That is for sure. And if nothing can be perfect, you have certain things to improve. And when we have those certain things to improve and someone is pointing that out, so I'm grateful that at least someone has the time to point it out. So someone is mailing out, someone is
Yes.
giving some comments, some negative criticism. So we take it very positively.
Right.
We sit back every week. So every week, Friday
Mhm.
evening, we sit back and we just talk about how customers are feeling about our product,
Mhm.
how it is working out,
Mhm.
what they actually don't like,
Mhm.
and what they actually want, which is not available.
Right.
So
we just talk about how we can serve customers better.
Right.
That is where we see all the negative comments, and
Mm.
we see it very positively,
Mm-hmm.
and we improve the best we can. So that that structure of how we, these questionnaires, we have certain questions where I want, what we do is, actually, let me tell you how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we sit down, there are certain questions like, how are customers liking our product, what do they want, or what is the negative feedback that is actually coming from everyone. What are the pointers or suggestions someone is giving us? So everyone comes from a different background, so everyone has diverse opinions about it. So we collect all those things, and we work constructively to cure them out if they are actually the issues, and if we are lagging out somewhere. So that is how we take it very constructively,
Mm-hmm.
because we cannot make anything which is absolutely perfect, but yes, we can try to achieve that. We
Right.
can try to be very near that.
Right.
That is how we see it.
Every feedback is a good feedback, right?
Yeah, every feedback is a good feedback, and
For an entrepreneur, because it can be
yeah,
negative, it can be positive, but feedback is a feedback and a good feedback.
absolutely.
One of the question is, wow, how do you handle those days when everything seems to go wrong in your business? Vihan,
अभी तो मैंने
I think
आपको
so. I think so.
answer.
You touched upon that earlier also.
Yes,
How do
yes.
you handle those days when everything seems to go wrong in your business? Nothing is happening. क्या करते हो? What happens?
Enjoy that moment.
Hit the gym, huh?
No, enjoy
Enjoy
that
the
moment
moment.
actually. Because
Yeah.
you are not in control of the lot of things also, timing.
Yes.
So
Very
if
true.
if it's meant to happen, let it happen,
Hmm.
then work on the solution.
Very nice.
Because
Wow.
if it's, you see, it's like what do you call it? It's like a flood.
Right.
When it's happening, let it finish.
Let it finish.
Or you cannot stop immediately, right? You if you even if you try, you should try. If
Stay
it
calm.
can
Yeah. Stay
stop,
calm. Let it finish.
yeah, uh, because sometimes everything doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah, so
Mayank,
that's
very quickly.
Okay, so what I do is, first of all, I hit the gym. Okay, that actually it. When something is not even in our control and happening, like as you said, कि यार कुछ भी
Hmm.
ठीक नहीं हो रहा है, तो मैं देखता हूँ कि उस जगह ना माइंड फॉग जरूर आ जाता है,
Right.
वो ना जिम से क्लियर हो जाता है. सो दैट इज व्हाट आई डू फर्स्ट. एंड द सेकंड थिंग इज, जब माइंड फॉग क्लियर होता है ना, देन यू ट्राई टू मेक सम लॉजिक.
Hmm.
क्या हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है, इधर इट इज इन योर कंट्रोल और इट इज नॉट इन योर कंट्रोल. सो यू
Hmm.
ट्राई टू मेक पीस फ्रॉम इट.
Hmm.
If it is
Yes.
not in your control, and if
Hmm.
it is in your control, we try to find the solution.
Hmm.
That is a simple approach, and that is the logic I follow. तो
Right.
better ही lead करता है कहीं ना कहीं.
Yes, very nicely said, Vihan and Mike. Let it pass. It will pass, right? And make peace with it, right? Very important. Okay. Let me touch upon a question, okay? Because is there a piece of advice you received earlier in your career that profoundly impacted your approach to business from your elders or leaders?
it is an ongoing exercise
No,
because
no, no. Let me reframe this question. There was a point, Vihan, when you thought that let me get into PR business. Okay, let me create a company, let me create a brand. What advice did you receive from your elders or leaders?
that particular time,
Yes, because that motivated you, right? Yes, let us do that. I can do this.
I can't recall at the moment, but
But you are well supported by
but
by
I
them,
can
right?
recall this particular part. Patience,
Patience.
patience.
Long play. Believe in the long-term goals, right? Have
Patience is
patience.
one word, and how you have your own definition of patience. Then
Right,
you can
right.
make your own definition of patience in your business.
Yeah,
Like I remember when I used to start, I was like growth, 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 fast, fast, fast. Yeah,
fast.
jaldi honi chahiye. Like everything
Yeah,
fast.
Mhm.
This was now I can recall, but now if I see it's patience.
right.
Patient you are, I think the it will automatically flow.
It will
If you
automatically.
want to
Keep,
run fast, the nature will
yeah,
doesn't want to run fast.
right. Keep on working. Keep on working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mayank, you have already shared that how your family supported and they said that, yeah, they believed in you, right? Still, if you want to add any advice that they gave to you, because one thing was you were not joining in their family business. The other thing was it is different from your engineering studies also, something very different that you have not done, you have not learned also. Okay. So very quickly, just looking at the time, do you want to add an advice from your elders or leaders?
Okay, so one of the advice they gave me, so as also Vyan mentioned, this thing in our generation and young people, that we have a lot of energy and aggressiveness towards growth.
Mhm.
So they also gave me this advice that have some patience, and be very precise, and be very calm in what you do. डोंट डू एनीथिंग, एक होता है कि हम एक ग्रोथ है, हमें पता है कैसे करनी है, सो हम अपने ही प्लान के बारे में इतना एक्साइटेड होते हैं दैट वी आर नॉट एबल टू सी एनीथिंग
Mhm.
that leads to bad outcomes. And
Mhm.
I've seen this one transition in my business. So we were very very confident, and we're doing this right, and absolutely that lack of patience has. So they know I am very energetic and aggressive towards growth and all these things. He just wants to do everything very fast.
Mhm.
That is a usual behavior too with our generation. And personally with me, so my mind usually doesn't stops thinking about thinking and planning. So that has become my usual दिनचर्या कह सकते हो आप, बहुत सारी चीजें वी आर प्लानिंग आउट, बिकॉज वी हैव सो मच ऑफ एनर्जी विद आवर
Mhm.
ब्रांड एंड व्हाट वी बिलीव इन, दैट थिंकिंग कम पड़ जाती है. तो
Yes.
उन पेशेंस मेंटेन करना और
Mhm.
कामली मूव करना, ये एक एडवाइस है जो मुझे मिली थी. आई गॉट इट फ्रॉम माय टीचर्स, and I've got it from my elders. So and that is from the start itself. So in the start, I was an athlete.
Oh, very
I
nice.
was I used to perform in a lot of events. I was a sprint runner, one of few medals in zonals and all these things in school.
Right.
So so from there and till the business, sports to business, I had this advice which has actually worked for me.
Worked for you.
Actually created those
Yes.
downfalls.
Very nice. Very nice. Looking at the time, let me just end by saying thank you for such a wonderful webinar. I did not felt at all that yes, I'm talking to very young entrepreneurs. I feel that I'm talking to very experienced and mature entrepreneurs. We heard very nice advices right from open mind for failures, helping others to be build their entrepreneur mindset, learn, keep learning and be agile, communicate failures, right? Beautiful. I think so. Today, our audience really have enjoyed your our webinar and your company also. Looking forward. Thank you once again. Thank you, audience. Thank you for having patience and finding out time on Saturday morning. Thank you once again, Vihan. Thank you once again, Mayank. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Ravi. Thanks.
Thank you.